We're going to need to bring this back to order and keep moving, please. What do they do? And they raise their hand up? And they want, you got to do that. Yeah. I'll let you lead that one. Probably not
so hard. You never know.
It'll be the Boy Scouts.
Right.
College friends are like, oh, it's so hard.
Raise their hand.
Here we go.
Moving forward, we're going to move into the school improvement plans. The school improvement plan for Rolla Junior High is up first, and I see Mrs. Fulton and team heading our way. Wow, look at the whole team. Not the whole team, but
It's pretty close. It's taken me how many years to figure out that I just need to bring them all? So
there we go. We have to have a bigger boardroom.
So tonight I have with me my student ambassador team, my leadership team that I sponsor, and I have with me several parents in the room, including a parent from my parent advisory committee. So we're pleased to be here tonight. So I'm not going to do a lot of the talking this evening, but that's okay because this isn't about me. It's about the teachers and the students, and so that's what I want to show off tonight. So will you do me a favor and give each person one of those, please? I have just a handout for you, but it is a bigger
Thank you.
thing of just a few slides so you can actually see what we're talking about because it'll be harder to see on the screen.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks.
So tonight I have with me several people. Of course, Mr. Storms, my assistant. I have Mrs. Dalton, 8th grade English teacher and Chromebook pilot teacher. I have Caleb Childs, and I have Cabrin Burgess. I have a Laura on there. I wasn't sure if she's going to make it, but she was homesick tonight, so Laura Jones is not able to be with us. But I have Jessica Crump and Kelly Brown, and they all have a part in tonight's presentation. So the first thing we have is our CSIP placemat. I'm not going to cover it with you, but you do have a copy for you to look at in bigger format. So we will hit a few things and highlights as we go through our presentation tonight. First up tonight is Mr. Caleb Childs to talk about the Student Ambassador Club Bully Prevention Program.
Recently at Rolla Junior High, we hosted a bully prevention summit hosted by Character Plus. We learned many different things like counter bullying, different ways to just counteract it from happening, like different ways to actually, if you are the victim, to stand up against it. We learned leadership traits that all of us have. We just covered a lot of things, and one of the main things that they covered was having a relationship with your students and being able to actually make them feel welcome in the place of learning, so they will have, in terms of better education, than if they felt threatened in their environment that, as you know, most of you spend more time there than at home. We learned power tools, just different ways of actually throwing it out there for reasons to help prevent it. We will be creating a student-led bully prevention. We've came up with many ideas, like at the Character Plus Summit, they had this amazing idea, and it says, I will. And you come up with your own statement, like, I will stand up for someone. I will be I will not be the bystander. Come up with your own saying, and you can post it. We have another thing that we came up with. It's known as #Bulldog Monday. Post pictures of what we're doing in classrooms, just trying to get the spirit up on Mondays for maybe it being because Monday is mostly the difficult day. Less soft, then it's pretty fun. And we're just trying to create a positive, nurturing environment for students.
Good. Very good.
Caleb,
Well said.
what grade are you in?
I'm in 9th.
Ninth grade.
Mhm.
So are all of you ninth grade?
We're all in ninth grade.
Great. So this is a new team, is
Mhm.
that correct?
Brand new
You had a
this year.
Didn't you just have a program last Monday where you did some work on that? Or?
Yes, we did, donated almost 1,000 articles of clothing to Russell House,
Oh,
Excellent.
Very good.
which Jesse will talk more about next.
Great.
Very good, thank you.
Thank you.
So one other thing, come on down, come on down. One other thing I want to show you is that they're also going to roll out something that I did. As part of my own professional development plan is to become more of a technology leader and model it, I have created a staff and student Google site. And on the student Google site, I have created a page called the Bulldog Code page. Kind of waiting for this team to get up and running. They're going to put it out there. This page talks about our Bulldog Code. It talks about how to take a stand against bullying, how you can report bullying using email. You know, it's not always cool to be seen to come in the principal's office at this age to report something. So we have put links, because all of our students have an email account. They can click on a link to either the counselors or Mr. Storms or I, and they can email us, and they can, tell us the information that we have outlined above. It is on our student site, and our students will be rolling that out as well. So, up next is Miss Jessica Kroll.
Hi. Like she said, I'm Jessica Crump, and I'm a student ambassador. At RJH, we like to believe in that creating a positive and nurturing environment at school can be fostered by giving to others. We will be hosting 2 large service projects each this year. The first project was a clothing drive, and we donated clothes to Dylan's Closet at Russell House. We started Dylan's Closet 4 years ago at the junior high. We called our clothing drive October. It was inspired by Kid President, and it's a national clothing drive that provides clothing to the homeless. All the student ambassadors were involved in the organization and the going forth with the project. We counted, we folded, we organized, separated, did all these things. Like Caleb said earlier, students donated 980 items. They ranged from baby clothing, paper goods, and normal clothing. Russell House told us that it was the largest donation that they had received in 2 years. We all got to pack the van, and it was full to the brim. We had to rearrange everything more than once, trying to fit it all in. And we will also be planning another service learning project for second semester. As the Vice President of Student Council, we also participate in some learning projects, or service learning projects. We visited a nursing home in early October and made Christmas decorations for them. We also played bingo with them, which they loved. Next week, we have a food drive, and we will be donating the canned foods and boxed foods to Grace. So, thank you.
Thank you.
I have to tell you that while they sit with me in my office and we talk a lot, and sometimes we do it, and I found the Kid President, they came up with the idea, they ran with it, they organized it. I helped pack a few boxes. I didn't do anything. They did an amazing job. And these are not the only student ambassadors we have. We have about 6 or 7 more, and hoping to expand that as we go through the year. So very proud of all of them. Next up, we have Mrs. Dalton, 8th grade English and Chromebook pilot teacher. Just let me know when you want me to do your banner.
Okay. Thank you, Vanna. This slide that we have up now talks about all the different technology that we currently have in the junior high. We are very blessed to have this much technology, and as a teacher, I'm very thankful for it. Because we have so much technology out there, the kids now have the opportunity in every class to be in the technology realm. This has created an issue, though. Some classes that aren't as lucky as mine to have the Chromebooks, they don't have computers at all, so they have to use the computer labs. But they're not monitored during Pride. We are now working on that. Mrs. Clark will be monitoring Pride as of Monday? As of Monday. So students can then go down into the computer labs and work on any kind of assignment they need to work on. Go ahead. This is a picture of students using Chromebooks as well as iPads. I'm going to talk mostly about Chromebooks. The Chromebooks are easy to use and accessible from all devices. Google Classroom has been wonderful in my classroom. I love saying, well, you know, the link is there on Google Classroom. You guys can just work on your assignments, and the kids love it as well. Since implementing the Chromebooks, we have seen an increase in motivation and a decrease in missing assignments. We are able to keep track of it a lot easier. I see immediately when a student has not completed an assignment, I just go to the Google Classroom and I look and I see who all has turned an assignment in and who hasn't, and I can say immediately, you know, so-and-so, you've forgotten to turn this in. Did you forget to click the turn in button, which is a lot of times what they forget to do, or they just haven't completed it. So we arrange for them to either come down in Pride or somehow get that assignment done and turned in. So I have had fewer missing assignments, as well as the English 1 teachers. They have reported that as well. Students can access announcements, assignments, videos, links, and documents anytime, anywhere. So at home, this is great for if they're absent, sick, or out for, I have a student that's out for a funeral, and he's able to access everything while he's gone, which is really good. It helps keep them on track so we're not losing ground with them. Some of the activities that we do on a daily basis, not only in my classroom but also in the English 1 classrooms, are short formative assessments. We review grammar and punctuation, a variety of creative, expository, or opinion writing based on given prompts, as well as opportunities to share ideas or thinking in Google Classroom. The way they share those ideas is we create a question in the classroom, and they can answer it. I tell them they're blogging their thoughts, to keep in mind that other people are reading it, so they need to use proper grammar, capitalize those I's. They don't like to do that. And then they can see each other's thoughts and respond to each other's thoughts. They have a richer conversation this way. And I've seen some really great stuff come out of the kids that I would not see if they were writing on paper. So, and I've heard that from the other teachers as well. The features such as EasyBib and research allow students to have access to credible sources and correct parenthetical documentation, which is one of those things that we are trying to teach them from 8th grade and 9th grade. So it's great to have that available to them as well. There's no lack of communication. I receive emails from students saying, you know, this show's missing, or I can't get into this, you know, what's going on, and I'm able to email them back, and we have this communication throughout the day. You know, whenever they have access to a Chromebook or to a computer, they can get on there. And we can give feedback immediately when they are doing their papers. We can comment. We can be, as they're typing it, we can be going through it and making suggestions on how to make their paper better, you know, suggestions on proper grammar, and that has really improved their writing skills. This is a parent survey that was given out. The parents, if you can see on the slide, there is a low number on how parents can access their students' Google Classroom. They're not sure how to do it. It was discussed on how to improve this, and they are very interested in having a technology night, and Mrs. Fulton and Mrs. Spurgeon, I believe, are working on this to try and educate the parents as well, which I think would be great, because as a parent, you know, I like to know what my child is doing in the classroom, and we would get more parent involvement as well, which is great. So that's all I have.
Great.
Also, we've surveyed the students after a quarter, the English teachers in the pilot, and with that, 93.8% are satisfied with using the Chromebooks in the classroom. Some of our students will be talking about that in a minute. 96.9% of the students reported having a positive experience using the Chromebooks, And how well would you rate your teacher's ability to use the Chromebooks as a learning tool? 99.6%. That is a big credit to our technology department and Mrs. Spurgeon and Ms. Strain, because they're going above and beyond coming in those classrooms. And for our students to recognize that's pretty significant data for me. And students report using Chromebooks 95.8% of the time in the classroom, and granted that it shouldn't take over the entire classroom, but they get direct instruction and then they have an assignment to do. And so that's very, very good for us. Any questions about that?
In the Chromebook classroom, is it a one-to-one?
Yes.
Everybody has their own?
For that hour. We have 4 carts, and we're piling it in all 3 ninth grade classrooms and Mrs. Dalton's 8th grade classroom. We have another set of laptops that are in another classroom as well. They can use Google Classroom within those laptops as well. So 5 out of 6 English classrooms have a set of devices for every student in there right now.
So accessing that from home, should they need to, it's fairly seamless to do that from a
Very much
computer
so.
at home?
And we have some students that are going to talk about it, so feel free to ask them how they do that. How about that?
If y'all do that for parents, not videotape that, put that on the website so other parents would.
We'll do that.
That's what I would do. I'd want to see it.
Absolutely. We can do that. We'll get.
Maybe I'll do it for the board.
Well, that's kind of what we were getting at, Jane.
We can do that.
That was the code for we need to learn.
We can do that. Or I tell you what, I have some students right here that could probably give you some personal lessons on how to log into that and operate that. So, because we learned that the other day in our administrator technology training as well. So up next, I have Kelly Brown and Cabrin Burgess.
Hello, my name is Kelly Brown, and this is Cabrin. First of all, we all from the junior high want to thank you for your investment in our future by providing us with the latest technologies to enhance our learning. Like Ms. Dalton was talking about with the iPads and the Chromebooks, they're very helpful coming from a student to get all your assignments done in class and away from class. Our iPads, I use everything from the computer lab to Chromebooks to iPads in at least all of my classes. And I use iPads. We have interactive games we can do. We have Quizlet we can do, just study vocab words for almost any subject, history, English. Chromebooks, that's probably the best thing I use in school today. Chromebooks, I get on there and I have Google Classroom. I have my Google Drive that I have all my assignments in and everything. Access from home is very easy. Just like you do at school, you go on there online, go to Google Classroom, type in your email information and your password, and you get all your assignments that she posts. She can give you what you need to do right there. You can contact her, private message, whatever. You can do research with your Google Documents right there. You go and you start a Google document right there, and there's tabs up there that say research and cite this. You can research, go to a website straight from Google on the Google Doc, and then you can just highlight it and it cites it right there for you. You don't have to do anything else. It's so easy. Ability, you can receive feedback electronically straight from your teacher. I can go in, start writing a paper for English class, and she can go and view it as I'm typing it, and it'll go almost instantly straight to her computer. And she can comment on anything I type, whether it's capitalize this or punctuate that, and add a paragraph about this.
Like having the teacher looking over your shoulder while you're writing.
Yeah. They can monitor everyone in the classroom. Taking tests, we have to just write in a quick link, and it goes straight to this test, and it'll go straight to the teacher right after you're done. It's multiple choice, matching, whatever she wants on there. And straight from Google Classroom, they have Google Docs, and they also have Google, it's kind of like Excel on Microsoft. And they have Google Slides, which is like PowerPoint. And you can make an easy presentation just like this, quick. That's all I have.
Yeah, I'm Cabrin, like he said, and she said. So for us, okay. So this is where I am a lot, because this is all of our teachers' classes. This is whenever we log into our Google Classroom, and we go on it. This is what we see. This is I don't think this is mine. This is somebody else's. But this is like his 5 teachers. So this will be every single one of his teachers. He can go on his page, and then you can just log on. This is how you takes it to their teacher's page.
Next, cut.
Yes, this is 2 of his assignments. If you look at the bottom one, it shows he's done that. If you look over in the corner, it says he's done that. That's how you log on, and if you go further in that, it'll show you how to get to that paper, how to, or different links or different resources that she can put on that tab, and it'll let you go further into what she needs you to do. If you look at the top one, he still has to do that. It doesn't say it's done. So.
Ones that do. Okay. Good then.
Pretty sure we have another one.
For this one?
Yeah. Okay, so this is the Google Docs, how they're saying you could comment on there. And if you look at how they're highlighted, if you look over to the side, whatever's highlighted, that's what the teacher's commented on. So it helps. It really helps out because, I mean, as you're typing, she could comment on anything and she's going to have to describe it. Well, it actually highlights it for you. That way, whenever you go back, you can just look at what's highlighted, and then whenever she's commented, it's over there right handy for you. That really helps out because I know for me, not very good punctuation guy, never really understood that kind of stuff. So whenever I'm typing, she can easily just go, hey, you forgot this, or hey, you forgot that, and then I'm just going to give her thanks because I didn't put it on there. And it just really helps out, especially if you get counted off of that kind of stuff because she's actually there to have your back and not let you get counted off of that. So.
I have another question. One of you two. So the teacher makes a comment and you correct that. Is that highlighted something so she knows what the changes are, or does she have to read your whole composition again?
Whenever that happens, if she's highlighted like that, you go in, make that change, and it'll stay highlighted. And then actually over there where her comment is, you can say I've corrected it, and then whenever she sees, okay, it's fine, she can revise that to where the highlight goes away and her comment goes away.
Okay.
So it's completely done.
All right. Thank you.
Very good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, fellas.
So one of the things I have also put in your packet is a chart of our Rolla Junior High MAP index scores as compared to the state. I am proud to tell you that our teachers and students work very hard, and we have scored above the state average in every test that we administer at Rolla Junior High.
Very good.
Very proud of the teachers and staff. It's not me, it's all about them. They've done a great job. And so we will continue to work on that. And, you know, we're working and striving. We're talking with our other school districts and things that we are not happy with in self-identified areas, and we're continuing to move forward with that. But I'm very happy. They are awesome, because it's really not, yeah, I'm a principal, but it's about them. They do all the hard work, and kudos to them. So, any questions about this slide? Okay. Mr. Storms? In your packet while he's coming up, and this is our pyramid of response to intervention. This is it not only works with the kids that may be struggling, it's also kids and how we can excel them and go above and beyond. And Mr. Storms is in charge of our intervention teams. We have 2 intervention teams that he will be talking about today.
I've come to share with you all before some of the things that we've done related to positive school behavior and stuff like that. We've continued to progress with that at RJH, and we have now chosen to continue to do what we have done in the past with 2 teams and the programs that we learned through school-wide positive behavior supports. But we have added Character Plus as a resource for us. The main reason is, and these kids are part of it, is so that we have a service learning element that goes along with it, which is along that we did not have when we were with school-wide positive behavior support. So I still work with 2 teams of teachers in the building that we work on. One team works on student recognition, and that's the one associated with the Bulldog Bucks and the no tardy parties and things like that. And then the other one works with interventions, and we've done various things when we're still doing research, etc. to provide opportunities for students to improve themselves academically and some of them behavioral-wise. And that's where we've done the things which we're still doing, such as Check and Connect and other things to assist students in pride time, tutoring, et cetera. Last year, in the middle of the year, we began to try and experiment with a morning intervention. And this was an intervention that we were looking to help kids academically with to recover from low grades and get them back up to where they need to be, whether it be in the, right after the first 3-week progress report or later on even in the quarter. And so we started working with this last spring, and we found that the workable number for us was to identify our kids that had 2 or more Fs, 3-week progress reports. And those kids we had found didn't have a good opportunity in the morning to address those things. We had after-school tutoring and everything. And so we started a morning tutoring room in one of our classrooms. And various teachers go there to sign up and serve there. And the majority of our kids are on campus at RJH by 7:30. So they can already have breakfast. They can go up to morning tutoring, and they can work with the teacher up there. If they need some individual help, we do that 3 days a week. We do it on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. The teacher that's in the tutoring room will communicate with the teacher that has, the specific subject teacher that they have, that they're working to raise one of their 2 Fs so that they can work their way out of it and get caught back up. Well, we kind of fine-tuned it, got it all lined out. We started with it this year as our morning intervention, and we have had great success in data so far this year. We've been able to be successful with 73% of the kids that have come in and out. And we're, our goal is that we can find interventions to help all of them pick back up, and what we're going to be looking at and studying this year as a team is one that helps kids stay kind of on top of their assignments and not get so far behind as a 3-week progress report. And so that's what the team's going to be looking at. We're studying some other things such as ICU and other things like that. But our morning intervention has been really successful, and that was one thing I wanted to share with you, is because the kids, a lot of our kids are doing well, and they're on track to end this semester with no S, and they started out with 2 somewhere earlier in the first quarter now. And so.
Excellent.
Very good.
So that's currently what we're doing with those 2 teams and interventions. Do you have any questions?
Progress. Good. Good to hear.
Thank you.
Storms, thank you.
So as we wrap up, we get to talk about the annual survey that we do every year. That survey sometimes is very tough, but it also tells us a lot of what we do and how we need to improve. I don't believe communication will ever come off of our list, because no matter sometimes how much we communicate, we always seem to find that as an issue. I sent out a survey to parents a couple weeks ago to 622 plus parents. I received 30 responses back. I was very disappointed in that number, because we made it a Google form and we did all of that. But we have a lot of things that we do well, and a lot of parents think we communicate very well, and there's a lot of parents that think we still need to communicate more. So communication is something we need to continue to do, because sometimes the more that they know, the better off they are. But we still continue to do that. And so that's going to be a focus for us, whether it be within our own staff, which is what came out of my survey, is communication, as well as with the parents. So what I did this year on my staff Google site, can you click the link, please? Thank you. I've created the Google site, and in there the teachers can use this as their go-to place. We have announcements. I post things about best teaching practices. All of our faculty meeting agendas and information is there. Friday notes are posted there. I no longer send them out every week. I do them on a Google Doc. I send out a note and say they're uploaded. They go check them. Positive behavior program, everything that goes along with that, the teacher's lessons and everything is found in that one spot. If you would click on the resources tab for me, please. If you go, I don't know why the links are not showing up, but if you go to the, scroll down just to the left side there, it has a list of everything that's there. This is where they can go to for everything. The one thing that I have created for the staff this year is because oftentimes they will have PLC meetings in different times, and I can't get to all of them. And so I have a hard time getting there, and that's one thing that came out. Well, one of the questions is, does my administrator collaborate with me? Well, the answer was no, but I'm not at every meeting whenever they meet. If I have English and science and math, and I just can't make it there. So what I have done this year is I have created a Google form that goes into a template, and it creates minutes every month that they meet. And one of the members puts it in, and that form then, once it's done, is emailed out to everyone, and it's a comment form. I can then read it, and I comment back, and the teachers test me and to see if I read it, because I get weird comments, and I comment back, and I'm like, really interesting. I would have liked to have seen that. And so the beauty of it is that it goes into a folder that I have made it open to everyone on staff. Everyone can see everyone else's PLC notes. Also within that PLC notes, they can tell us about any issues that they may have with maybe some additional PD, problems that they need us to look at, or concerns, or because this has come up, we need training in this. It's been a great feedback tool. Mrs. Dalton, do you like it? Do you like the responses, Mrs. White? They get the responses back. So what I say to one person goes to everyone on the team. I tried to make it very open. Within this, all of their PBTE information is there. The committee minutes are posted there. I've tried to make everything in one place and as open as can be, so they can't say, well, I didn't know, but I can then keep guiding them back to that. And this was brought out to them on the first day of school. So that's one way we have worked on trying to increase our communication as a result of our survey. And then culture and climate. We have been working on, exploring and implementing ways to improve school spirit through staff and student involvement. And one of the things that I really wanted to do was our student ambassadors. For the staff, we decided that we need to have a little fun, so we have done a team building activity at every faculty meeting so far. We've done a marshmallow challenge. We've done some other things just to get people up and working together, because if we don't have fun, it's usually not going to be a good place. We've had a door decorating contest. We dressed up for Halloween. Also, just different fun things. Did you guys like the door decorating contest so far? It was a lot of fun and a lot of competition, so it was good. As principals, I'm attending a teacher evaluation with Mike Rutherford training with three other administrators from the district. We go back again on December 3rd, and as well as all the technology training that we do. One of the things in looking forward I would like to do is to bring the Gateway to Technology program home to the junior high. We hosted it at RTI, but as we roll into the changes in 17-18, I'd like to bring it back, and I'd like to offer it at 5 hours. The teacher that teaches it also does the aerospace for RTI. So I'd like to bring it back. We have expanded the Project Lead the Way program from 3 sections to 4 sections, now to 6 sections, which is 3 full hours. We'd like to bring it home and do 5 full hours and give more kids the exposure to that program. And we would also like to possibly look at bringing in the 8th grade biomedical science elective that would then lead into the high school's biomedical program as well. So we're looking at doing some of those things. Again, I'd like to thank you for being here. Thank you for the years here. It's been wonderful. But I'm going to tell you, every day I'm blessed by getting to deal with all of my students, all 620 of them. It's been fabulous, and thank you for that opportunity. So, any questions?
Are you guys putting your money in her jar? Are you?
Yep.
Or are you looking forward to get somebody else with pie in the face?
Oh.
Mr. Reinhardt?
Yeah, but right now, Mr. Loker had a $20 bill in his today, so I get a little bit more.
Guys, if you all stand up, Kelly, we get the lights real quick. We get a positive for.
Yeah. Last day of school before break, if you want to see me get a pie in the face, I think I might, yeah. Unless we pat it.
Just get there together. There you go.
Okay.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. Perfect.
Thank you.
Good job.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Yeah, it's okay.